Hello and welcome to tonight's episode of Tales of the Finest, our ongoing 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons game using the Blue Rose setting from Green Onion Publishing. My name is Jonesy and I will be your game master tonight, and we are the Untold Stories Project. Quick note for those unfamiliar with Blue Rose: in Blue Rose, the players take on the roles of members of the Sovereign's Finest, commonly referred to as envoys, where they act as agents of the crown, tackling any number of challenges such as border disputes, assisting with disaster relief, uh, tracking down wayward stolen tomes of lore, or anything else that the crown will throw at them. Uh, a quick note for housekeeping bits. We are a tiny but growing channel, and if you like what we're doing, please consider doing all the Twitch and YouTube things like share, follow, subscribe, etc. Along with that, for those watching live and like to help out our envoys, there's a couple different ways you can do that by, well, doing all the cool stuff like liking and following and subscribing. Uh, Quick other note on along that lines, uh, I am going to throw this out there that we are going to be doing something kind of cool for our stream when we hit 200, or at least my game, when we hit 200 followers on Twitch. We're really close. So just as a thing I'm throwing out there now. So, and then one last bit, we had a Green One did a uh, Kickstarter that ended last week. Keep an eye out for the Blue Rose Adventures Guide print edition. If you are interested in that and missed the Kickstarter, definitely keep an eye on the Green Running site for pre-orders and stuff when it goes live. And I only say that because I am lucky enough to have one of my ventures as one of the unlocks for the Kickstarter. So that will be going out soon, so, along with all the books and stuff once that is updated. So we are down one player this evening. Curse you, internets. But hopefully they'll be able to join us later. If not, we wish them the best. We'll look forward to seeing them next week. With that, I will turn it over to our players to introduce themselves. Players, if you please let the viewers know your name, your character's name, your ancestry, class, all that cool stuff, and then tonight's character question of the week. Last episode, you all leveled up. What was something cool that your character got as part of that leveling up process?
I'll go first. Hi, friends. My name is Will. I am playing Kale Pelora, cleric of the Radiant Domain. And what else can I tell you? Cool things that happen at level 2 for clerics. I get turn undead, which is pretty awesome.
Would have been really handy a scene ago.
Yeah, it would have been real nice, but now I've got it. So that, and with my class, with my subclass specifically, that also will impact shadow spawn, which are specific to Blue Rose, and fiends. So goodbye all the evil, and yeah. So I'm very excited about that, and I will turn it over to Alex.
Hi everybody, I'm Alex, and I will be playing the part of Drake. Once again, the Rye Raccoon Scoundrel, rogue in D&D parlance. And this level, I actually gained Cunning Action, which is one of my favorite abilities in the game. It allows me to dash, disengage, or hide as a bonus action. So I'm going to be several times more bastardy as the game goes on. Over
Hey,
to
everybody.
or Aaron, or whoever. I'm easy.
No, fine. Go.
We can
Andy,
fight
go.
to the death over it. It's okay. Hi, I'm Andy. No, not that one. And I am playing Vom Bondma, the knight person fighter. Oh yes, I just spaced out for a moment there. But when Vom got up to second level, he received a really cool thing called Action Surge, which is a fightery thing where he gets to take an additional action on top of his regular action and any bonus action he gets to take. So, you know, now we have a much faster moving drunkard in the group. And everybody's just dead by then. Aaron.
Hello, everybody. I am Aaron. I am playing Tizra Vasker, who is a Vatasha warlock. And at second level, warlocks get Eldritch Invocations, which are all kinds of cool. And since this is my first time playing 5e, it's all new to me. And so Tizra now gets to add her charisma bonus to her to the damage of their Eldritch Blast. So yay. And Tizra now can use Eldritch Sight, which is effectively detect magic at will. So now KL doesn't have to be the only person trying to identify the magic. Tizra can help with that.
That's excellent.
Awesome.
Block free. That's really good.
Yeah.
So,
And Jonesy, I've got Twitch muted, but you're every time you talk, the little thing lights up, so the audio should be good.
okay. I just know it might be a little low. That's what I was checking.
That's a good point. If somebody wants to unmute and listen to it, let me know. If I do it, it'll loop our audio, and everybody will go, ah!
I just did. Everything sounds good on my end. So
Excellent.
I adjusted my mic a little too, so hopefully that helped. So.
Beautiful.
But awesome. So yeah, about that turning undead. Last episode, following various clues, you uncovered yet another den of the night pads, and trying to recover the lore that you stolen lore that was recently unearthed in a vault to the south of Aldous. As part of that, you reached into the giant chamber you were in. Part of that, Drake reached in and grabbed something from a box and pulled it out. And when he did it, apparently a magical trap went off, and a wave of occult energy swarmed over the room, and several skeletons rose up and attacked. And that is how we ended the game with the group defeating the skeletons. And that is where we find them tonight at the start of our adventure.
And I believe that several of us are somewhat hurt, so I did propose that we take a short rest before we go any further through there.
I concur.
To me.
does anybody need more than just what a rest would give them?
I think I'll be okay with just a rest, but
Think so?
Nah, I brought my own.
All right.
so Kale, I thought you and your kind were supposed to be able to make undead creatures run away. Is that not something that you were able to do?
I'm working on it, but next time it'll be there.
We did make them go away. We just did it manually.
This is true. They are fairly effectively dispatched.
Yeah, good work, everybody. Way to not get killed by skeletons. I really appreciate that.
So, just say the bit with the dead mortal remains, as they call them, getting up and walking around. That doesn't sound like nice, good magic. It's sort of thing that I used to encounter more often.
No, it is definitely not the good kind of magic. And it is, as you say, disturbingly reminding of home.
Wow. I don't think of that place as home, but you're right.
Neither do I, but you know what I meant.
Fair enough.
Awesome. So is there any during your short rest? Is there anything specific that you want to do, or are you going to try to minimize any and all activity?
I'm gonna minimize my activity, and I'm just gonna spend a hit die to try to heal some damage.
Yeah, I think I'm mostly just resting and maybe using this as the justification for the invocations I'm figuring out, as just kind of meditating and realizing what new abilities I have unlocked.
Right. I'm going to, yeah, we'll spend one of my hit dice to do the proper rest because there's some lovely abilities that I get back after a short rest. So,
Yeah.
Short rest will actually do me no good. So I am going to spend 10 of those minutes to again cast Detect Magic. And then I'll go around looking at all of the magical things, presumably that are in those casts. But I'm not going to touch anything because the last time I did that, things rose from the dead. But I would like to at least examine the now open chest.
Okay.
Just be careful with
As
that.
as you're looking around, you do reach in and kind of look around and pull out the chest, and inside the chest is. You start looking around. You don't find any other things glowing or magical in nature. Looks like maybe all the good stuff was absconded with long ago. Most of the other items down here, while you find stashes of items that are not welcome in all this, certain drugs and concoctions and poisons and stuff, you don't find any arcane signatures. But as you're looking around, you do uncover several different items, one of which appears to be a stack of scroll cases again. Several more cryptic books, ciphers that all appear in ciphers. They all appear to be very, very old, and an oversized map, roll map. And as you gently untie it and roll out the map, it appears to be a partially complete map of ancient Aldous, the city. It seems that some of the map has suffered some water damage and some fading over the years, and so parts of it are kind of washed out and missing. You think it might be possible with the right skill sets to kind of maybe fill in the missing pieces. And you also find a note along with all this various items. The note seems to be freshly written, probably within the last week or so. The parchment is still crisp. The ink is still clean. It's not smudged or faded, things like that. But it just seems to be a kind of a jumble of random words. It doesn't. It just tree, stool, bread, and some of them are in Alden, some of them are Jozonian, some of them are in various languages, and they just seem to be random words.
Does it look like they're all in the same handwriting?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Kale, can I take a look at that?
Sure. Yes.
Is it in Thieves' Can?
It looks like it may be in a version of Thieves' Cant. Would you like to give me an investigation check?
I would love to. Give me just a moment. I was taking notes on my character sheet.
No, no worries. I
While
thought I
he's
saw you.
investigating, did I get any sense of like what trap was triggered to cause, like, with the detect magic? Did I see that there was like was there some kind of origin to how these undead rose? Was that something that was recent, or was that something that like has been there forever, kind of thing?
Uh, Go ahead and make me a. I'll let you make it either an Arcana check or a um, investigation check. The Arcana check will be easier, but you can use either of those skills.
I got a whopping 7 on my investigation check. So it appears to be written in some sort of words.
Is that kind of like it runs on some sort of electricity?
Yes.
We live in a society.
I got a whopping 4 on my Arcana check, so
Wow.
it seems to run on some sort of magic.
Would you like me to take a look at that?
Be my guest.
I'm not going to say what popped up in my brain
All right.
until after you roll.
I mean, I'm going to not roll much better.
No, that's what I was going to say. Actually, I was going to say you can't do much worse. So, go for
I
it.
actually cannot do worse. My bonus is 4, so.
Oh, good.
Oh, there you
Hey, no, that's 15.
And yet he rolls negative 12. I mean,
Magic.
Magic.
okay. So, reaching out, you kind of, let me take a look. And as you do, you kind of feel you kind of smell the sense of rot and not like horrible rot, but just like nature, like the fall, the autumn,
Mhm.
and kind of a smell of various false scents, spices and pumpkin. As you reach out and look out through your new a new ability given to you by your patron, and you look out and you can see the faint remains of the iconic the rune that had triggered the spell.
Okay.
It was a recent trap. It was put here recent.
Possibly after these bodies had been killed, even?
Yes.
Okay. So then, yeah, Teesra, looking at it, will say, the rune that was placed here, whoever killed these people, they were expecting, maybe not us, but expecting someone to come looking, and decided to leave this spell as a trap to deter any further investigation, which means we are either doing something very right or something very wrong, possibly both.
Well, that's dangerous magic. How powerful do you have to be to do something like that?
It is beyond my abilities, not that I would venture into such, but it is not as Vam can confirm. Unfortunately, the ability to raise the dead is not as difficult as it probably should be.
Well, that's kind of comforting, right? If we get in trouble, we'll
No.
be okay.
No, it's still bad, but
Yeah.
But it was good that it was us that they found. Though. I mean, someone else might not have fared so well.
this is true. This is true.
So, and they're good for a bit of fun. Not much for banter though.
I would prefer staying away from such shadow creatures in the future. I mean, I understand it is our job to get rid of them, so of course we will, but I would be happier if they simply weren't around.
I'm on Vom's side. I like fighting things that have a personality.
Yeah, it's more fun. You know. This is just more like exercise.
So, what do we do now? After our short rest is concluded.
How many minutes are left?
And yeah, so you guys are able to wrap up and start looking around again and start becoming a little bit more active. And kind of, after grabbing a couple drinks of water and getting some snacks.
I mean, clearly there's something, hopefully there's something else here that can help find why someone came here, killed all of these people, and yes, there's more to discover, I think.
I think you're right.
We've only just been in this one room, so yeah.
We'll have to come back for those scrolls that you mentioned, Kale.
Oh, I was just going to take them with me now, but if you think we should leave them, we can do that too.
I simply thought that they might burden you while we are still exploring. But I definitely think we take them with us when we leave.
Oh, yes. Sure. We can leave them here.
We don't have to. I was simply thinking about your poor back.
Oh, yes. Well, it is just paper, so I'll put them in my little backpack. I was thinking more about these bodies. Should we find a place to stuff them and maybe lock them behind a door in case they come back again?
Well, we haven't found the door yet, but
Nor have we found a key for any door that might exist.
I'm inclined to perhaps just pile them into the center of the room, and if we need to, we can burn them before we leave.
Well, that's a statement, right?
Yeah, we should set them on fire. That's probably a good idea.
Well, it is one way.
Can we walk slowly away from it as we're leaving?
Only if we don't turn back.
All in one line. Be lovely.
And it might be rude, but I'd like to check their pockets before we set them away.
I knew there was a reason I liked you, kid. You sure you're a cleric?
That's actually not a half bad idea, though. Not because I care about their loose change, but there might be some information on their possessions.
Might be nice to know who they were, as well.
Oh, I will search the bodies.
Okay.
I will help search the bodies.
Awesome. So you quickly search the remains of the twice dead Nightpad brigands and search through their possessions. And amongst their possessions, you find a couple daggers, some some silver, some gold, a couple pieces, just not a lot, but just a couple pieces of gold. From the biggest of them, who you guess is, probably the leader. Along with that, you also find what appears to be a small note stashed in one of the little coin purses. A small piece of paper that someone, parchment that someone has scribbled on. And on the note, it reads, "Beware the one known as the Forager. They seem overly interested in the items we have acquired."
Have I heard of an entity known as the Forager, Jonesy? In my time in the underworld? Criminal underworld, not Mortis underworld.
Yeah, that definitely sounds like a new name to me.
Let's see. You can give me a. Well, there's no real streetwise kind of. I'll go with investigation check. I kind of lean on that one a lot, but yeah, that one's makes the most sense from this particular moment. So, check to see if it's a name that you recognize.
All right, here we go. The Forager. Roll better than a 7. 22.
That is quite a
That
bit
is better than a 7.
Awesome.
That's better than 3 sevens.
It is.
You bust it over 21. You bust it. So,
Well, you get for getting greedy.
with that, yeah, you do recognize the name. You don't recognize it from the underworld, though. You remember flipping through one of the books and seeing a reference to the Forager.
One of the books of occult power?
Yeah, one of the books that you've been trying to decipher.
I'm going to go over to that book and flip through it with my little raccoon hands. And...
Well, that book would actually be back at the Royal Archive, where you guys left all of that stuff.
I will make a mental note to flip through that book when we get home. And I'll say the forager was mentioned in one of those books that we found.
That does not strike me as a good thing.
No. Warnings are usually pretty bad when you find them in thieves' pockets.
Is this true?
Oh,
I wonder if this has anything to do with that old map. Do you think they were trying to use this map to find a way into some place, like a thieving sort of thing?
I don't know. It seems possible.
We're gonna wanna do some more digging, some more investigating.
I definitely feel like there's. We're going to be coming back to these books, but I want to take everything of value that we can find here.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. So as you look around, so as you're looking around, you do see you go back to look at the original crate that you're pulling out, and it did have the royal crest of the archive of all this on it. That was the box that stuff was being stored in to transport up to the city. That box itself is actually emptied. Some other items, as you dig, you do also find a couple other item boxes that have that crest on it. It looks like the books that you and the scroll cases that you found were once in one of those boxes, but the amount of items versus what you recovered doesn't add up. There's definitely some books and other items missing from that stash.
This is supposed to be like a black market shop, right? Like an auction house?
Yes.
Is there any list of like manifests of purchases or anything like that?
I don't think black marketeers keep quite so careful records.
I was going to say, this does not seem like the sort of place where you get a receipt for your purchase.
No, but they definitely want to keep track of who owes them what. And where they can find the people who owe them stuff later.
Well, that's good.
It wouldn't be something that regular people would be able to find, but I speak rogue. I'm telling you, you all need to take an elective. Yeah, I'm just gonna dig through books and trash and see if I can find anything like that. There might not be anything here. They might keep it in a separate location. But while we're here, I'm gonna look around.
I mean, it's not a bad idea.
Oh, yeah.
Aaron supports the thought.
Yeah, we just have to make fun of you in character for it because that's kind of what we
A little bit.
So, and as you proceed to look around the rest of the chamber, so the main room that you were in was the big round circular room in the center, and it had passageways leading off to the east, west, north, and south. South is where you came in. That is the little hallway that led to the tunnel that you came to find this location. The passages to the other three directions all have connecting passageways. So basically, there's a horseshoe shaped kind of ring around the main center room. There's a couple of small little alcoves and rooms off of those, but does not appear to be any doorways leading out of the complex any other direction.
Well, then, see, this is usually the part where Ula would be like, let's go, and Ula's player is not here, so I guess Vom could do that instead. Which way we want to go?
One to me, I suppose.
Would it make sense for half of us to go one way and half the other, and we'll meet at the top of the horseshoe?
No.
No, I don't like that plan.
No.
Okay.
I could sneak up around the right here and take a look through here if you all want to stay within shouting distance. Or,
Well, sure.
Or
Tell you
brain
what.
distance.
So if you're gonna go around you're gonna go basically through the north door and around the corner.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I will kind of wait, just sort of in this area then, and if you shout, I'll come running.
Yep.
Excellent. Nothing could go wrong with this plan.
Everything could go wrong with this plan. That's why it's fun.
I'm actually going to go the other way so that if there is anything there, we'll be flanking.
That's actually not a bad idea. Maybe Ula should go with you.
I think I agree with this.
All right, here we go.
Perhaps even in front of you.
That's kind of, yeah, it's probably you too.
That's Ula style.
Ula would definitely be in front of us, I'd imagine. And we're all set for. Wait a minute. I don't see teaser on.
You don't? I'm right next to you.
Oh, how strange. Oh, yeah, she's very faint, I guess. I don't know. I think it's because I'm. I'll figure it out.
They.
Oh, excuse me. Pardon me. I did not. I did not mean to misgender it. Excuse me.
I screw it up too, but I'm trying to be better about it.
No, that is as faux pas go. That's you know, I want to do that. Anyway, I mean, I see them. I see them like very faintly, as if the lighting was focused on something else. I don't know what, but I'm not gonna worry too hard about it at the moment.
Teaser's a ghost now.
They probably are.
Sure hope not.
All right, I'm gonna sneak my way around. Here we go. What do you want me to roll as I sneak and investigate around the corner?
Go ahead and make me a stealth check.
Or you do a performance check if you wanted to use Jazz here.
Well, there's a 20.
Awesome. So yeah, as you have gone to the north, and like I said, the little half flight of steps leads down to the passageway. The passage kind of arcs off to the right and left from where you're at. You're following the right hand side down. There's a little split, kind of a Y split, which leads to a small little carved out section of the stone where you find what looks like vats of wine or something, but some sort of alcohol that's being made.
That's pretty cool.
And a couple little tables and where people have set up to sell whatever they sell. Along with that, under the tables you find basically sets of empty bottles. Basically, you make the home brewed alcohol and sell it.
Ooh, I found a wine still.
But other than that, yeah, it's pretty much like it seems like that's all that's down here. It looks like there's maybe other little cubbies and nooks that they have set up so for merchants to sell their questionable and or illegal items.
Illegal liquor. All right, I will send a mental message to everybody telling them what I found and ask them to switch to the other side so I can go check the upper left up here.
Oh, right.
Teaser will just the other side of that hallway.
And I'll sneak through here and see what I can find.
Nobody's going to be alive at this point.
We can hope.
I doubt it, but oh God, Jonesy, that's a disturbing map.
Yeah, I'm wondering what that is.
It's just a box. It's just the map. It's the map I could find. It's a really cool map. It's a map I could find.
It's a great map.
Sweet box, honestly.
I yeah. I bought it off Drive Thru RPG.
Nice map.
It is a nice map.
So, but yeah, it's you like I said, more couple nooks and stuff. In this room, you find some various occult accoutrement that could be used for some questionable rituals and rites, possibly. But nothing inherently jumping out at you as being tomes of forbidden lore or keen power or anything like that.
What about here with the crystal ball of doom, whatever that is?
Yeah, it looks like that's exactly what it looks like. It looks like it's someplace maybe a seer would set up to.
Oh.
Lie to folks.
Yeah. Or not, or possibly tell the truth.
Or possibly tell the truth.
This is a fantasy game. Don't get all skeptical on
Oh, that's right. I'm a talking raccoon.
it. Oh, that's what you said. Yeah. What is this magic? Forget it.
I'll give the all clear to everybody. I'll say it seems like we've picked our way through here pretty abundantly. There doesn't seem to be any secret passages on our way out. There's a room down here we haven't checked yet.
There's another one on the right-hand side as well.
Oh well.
Yeah. And there's a little sort of alcove, cubby, sort of oubliette-looking thing off of the east hallway. It's probably not an oubliette.
I hope
probably
it's
just
not
like it's a porta john, probably. But,
yeah, I'll just let everybody know I'm gonna check this southernmost chamber if anybody wants to stack up. I'm just gonna crawl on the wall.
As you make your way down the southern chamber, that seems to probably be where the various merchants and black marketeers probably eat. It's definitely there's like 4 or 5 tables set up to host seats. There's a couple different makeshift tables that have been kind of pushed together to form kind of like a bar area. Behind it, there's a cooking fire area and some other casks of wine, things like that.
Awesome. Kale, if you want to check in here and see if there's anything useful, I'll go check the other side.
Absolutely, I will. Yeah, I'll just keep up the investigative work.
oh wait, you're sneaking in there first? That's the whole point. Sneaking stuff.
Yep.
I
I'm
will
gonna.
assist Kale with the. I will assist Kale with the looking for magic.
All right, I'll be the bodyguard, although I don't think there's going to be anything.
I'm gonna sneak into the oubliette latrine over here. Words are hard.
Oubliette.
Yeah, and you make
Nice.
Sorry.
you find a small little the passageway. There's a small little room where it's got a bunch of discarded bones.
What kind of bones?
I don't know. Give me a medicine check to find out.
On a scale of human to raccoon, how worried should I be?
Oh, actually, you are a Raiden. You are a Raiden raccoon. So I will let you use medicine and/or nature.
Ooh.
Dealer's choice. Here we go. 13.
Okay.
And medicine.
Yeah, 13 on medicine.
Okay. It looks like human bones.
Do they appear to be gnawed on?
A couple of them do.
Well, Vom, it looks like we found the pit where they threw the bones of the people they ate. That's weird.
Well,
Do the Night Pads have a history of cannibalism?
Does it? No, there's plenty of things that are gnaw on the bone. Dogs, rats, whatever. Does you think so?
You you've never heard of them, you know,
That's
being
yeah.
cannibals.
I mean, are the bones intact? Are they intact? Are they broken? Like, am I seeing? I mean, Bomb is more than casually interested in people getting hurt. I mean, does he see signs that maybe somebody's been bashing at these people, or is this going to be a medicine check from? Bomb's medicine skill is not great, but
Vaughn is also a warrior though, and dealing with and probably has had more than a few shares of broken bones. It looks like some of these bones indicate death by trauma. Some of them are bones that you can definitely tell are broken or whatever, but some of them have indications that have been broken before and maybe healed up, and this time they didn't heal up.
well, yeah. So it seems like whoever these people were, they were killed, not just died.
Yeah. Ge-
Nice.
Generally, you don't bury people you like in a bone pit in a dungeon somewhere.
No.
Well, and generally in all this, they don't bury people because people have a habit of getting up due to source to shadow influence and due to occult magics. So Aldous generally does the city of Aldous doesn't have cemeteries. They cremate their dead.
I would definitely like this love and try out one of these.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Alright, we got another room. Let's go check this other room over here, Bob.
Yeah. I'm turning into a New York all of a sudden. Let's go.
And the last room has several cages in it. Small crate-like cages.
Any dogs in here?
You do not see any dogs, but so I'm just going up real quick.
Or are these cages people-sized?
These cages are in various sizes. Some of them big enough to hold large rye cats. Some of them small enough to hold rats, possums, raccoons, creatures like that.
Are any of the cages occupied?
And that's what I'm working at. Sorry.
Oh, excuse me.
Uh-oh.
My notes aren't one of my notes sections is on a PDF. My PDF crashed, but one of them does seem to have a animal in it, and you see the remains of another animal in a different cage.
Remains. I don't like that.
So, one of the cages has the remains of a large predatory bird known as a griff.
I definitely don't like that.
They are not native to Aldous, the nation of Aldous. And then the other one has a large what looks like a hound. It's about the size of a hyena, and it looks kind of like a pale like hound. Uh, if you give me a nature check, I will let you see if you can identify it.
Here we go.
Is that just for Drake, or is that?
You can make a nature check.
It won't be very good, but you know.
I rolled a 5, so it appears to be made of some kind of nature.
I rolled a 1, so I know less than you do. But
Yeah.
I know. You know what I know? It is a cute little good boy.
Are you talking to me?
Oh! You're neither cute nor floofy.
I am incredibly floofy.
I'm trying to leave you some dignity.
If I was some scruffy little raccoon, I'd be concerned.
So, like, yeah, so the
I condition.
The hound is very unhappy. Like, that just, I think that just makes Vom like it more.
I thought it was dead.
It is, well, it's been barking, so it's not.
Yeah, no, the griff, the bird creature is dead.
Vom, if you're gonna let that thing out of the crate, you need to let me know so I can not be nearby when that happens.
Right. How did you know?
You just went full on rocket there.
I might be living vicariously. I always wanted to play Rocket Raccoon in the game.
No, I haven't. Well, I don't have anything to feed it just right now. Well, that's not.
Don't even look at me like that.
Not you. No.
I don't like dogs.
If I let him out, he's just gonna go like eat corpses or something. That's just gross. That's not a good way to start a relationship with a new best friend.
I'm going to discourage the allowing the dog to eat the corpses.
If I had to pick between corpses and me, it's going with corpses.
It's not.
Dogs and raccoons are natural enemies.
Who's gonna eat you? Probably. Well, we can't just leave it down here.
No, we cannot. That is true.
So,
Is there a dog catcher in Aldous we can call?
let's go find something I can feed it.
Alright, let's go check in with the rest of the group, see what they think.
Yeah.
Because I'm definitely biased. I ain't on this thing out of the box.
Well, there's got to be some food somewhere in here.
So, yeah. So meanwhile, the other two, will you please make me a perception check? As you're searching around the dining area with the little makeshift mess hall that they've set up.
15.
Less.
16 and a 7.
Which is funny that the person without dark vision is the one that sees something skulking around in the dark.
Oh, sorry. Should I have done that at disadvantage? I can roll again.
No. Nope.
You have a light spell.
That is true, and I would have it up.
Yep. And so what you see is what catches your eye is the reflection off because of your light spell. The reflection in two little green eyes are blinking back at you.
Oh, fun.
They are about a foot off the ground, over near the back table, kind of looking out from under the table at you.
There?
Yeah.
Can I slowly approach this, what I assume is an animal?
Sure.
Dale, what were you doing?
There's something looking at us.
Should we shoot it?
No, it seems small. Let's at least see what it is first.
That does not answer the question.
If you'd like to prepare something, I'd like to not hurt something if it doesn't need to be hurt.
I understand that. That's fine.
Can I see what kind of what this creature may or may not be?
As you kind of scoot a little closer to it, you get crouch down to get a good look at it. You see, it does have black fur. It seems to have. It's a quadruped of some sort. Looks like it's about 1.5 feet, 2 feet long, maybe ish. It's kind of hard to tell. It seems to have black fur and it's setting in the shadows. So
Can I make some kind of like animal handling check to try and
sure,
reach out for this animal?
by all means.
I do have an inspiration here. Can I use advantage for this roll?
Sure, yeah, totally.
All right. I got an 18.
So,
Very nice.
with that, Kale is able to coax the small little creature out from under the table. And the first thing you see, it's its little kind of black paws kind of pop out, and its little black face comes popping out. And what comes out is a small little black winged cat.
Oh, this is just adorable.
Did you say black winged cat?
He
Yes.
did.
Just
Yep.
checking.
Is what they call a fel cat, a fowl cat.
Oh,
They are small little winged cats.
aw.
They're common in the city of Aldous. And this one looks a little skinny, like he hasn't eaten for a while.
Oh no, that will not do. I will go into my bag and I will get some little peppermint and like little treats and try and feed this cat herbs. That's all
Okay.
I have on me right now.
And with that, the cat kind of slowly, kind of skittishly makes its way to you. And as you start feeding it a little bit, it starts rubbing its side of its nose up against your hand.
Oh, can we keep it, please? No one's allergic, right? Drake's
Oh.
probably allergic.
Kel.
Or actively hostile.
I ain't got beef with little cats. It's big cats I got beef with. Mountain lions, tigers, things that eat raccoons.
All right, I will squirrel him away, or her. I will squirrel this cat away, if it will let me, somewhere on my person, so that it can perch and just be happy.
Awesome.
Not believe you.
Now, I really want to find something to feed that
What if there's a cat?
dog. No. I mean, well, somebody people were like setting up to like merchant and stuff. There's got somebody has no food. I guess maybe down in the Alars where there might be food that I can feed this dog, so it's not going to try to savage me this that way out of my cage because you know I want it to.
I mean, if you telepathically told us about it, we can look for food and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're all in communication telepathically. We're all within.
Yeah. Forgot about that. Yeah, Drake is our Cisco switch is what.
Yeah, Drake and me can kind of relay messages between everyone.
More of a router, I guess. Anyway.
Yeah.
Is there food in this area that we can bring?
Yeah, you guys can scrounge up some food, no problem.
Then I'd like to go head back to where I haven't named him yet, but I probably will. I'm gonna head back down here and see if I can feed because I'm sure the hound is also malnourished from having been left down here for like a week with with nothing. So yeah, start with food. I guess I'm gonna try and give the hound food and get him to stop barking at me quite so savagely.
Okay.
So he's cute. So this is going to be an animal handling roll?
Yeah, yes, please. Yep.
I don't have any inspiration to spend on this.
I'm staying far, far away from this.
I rolled a 19. O's a good boy. O's a good boy.
And actually, you should have had advantage because you Well, you've got food.
I mean, I can roll again and see if I get a 20. I mean, that's an unadjusted 19. Bomb is not that wise. Jesus.
No, I'm just so you know. So yeah.
Fair enough. Okay.
Yeah, and so you're able to feed this hound, and it kind of relaxes a little bit and starts focusing on its food that you gave it.
Oh, good. Well, then, yeah. Once he's fed, Bomb's gonna try to make best friends with this dog, this hound rather. Wait, you're not like some kind of rye hound, are you? We'll take that as a no. Very good. Yeah. So, hey, there's cat people and there's dog people.
Currently, we have one of both.
Well, yeah. Then once the dog once it's behaving in a less hostile manner, I'll have to let them out of the cage. And
Yeah. With a 19, you know it's aggressive, and it would probably need to be kept on a leash or something.
I'm just gonna scurry up a wall somewhere.
Right. It's like a fighting dog.
Right. I think we should perhaps gather these bodies and put them in the room you'll find with the other bones, and then perhaps set the entire contents of that room ablaze.
That sounds good to me. Although I'm not exactly equipped for the body movement part of the
Well, that's
operation.
what the bomber for.
Yeah, we can.
I'll
Oh,
supervise.
we have to tell somebody this here.
I'm all for perhaps we can get his crate out of here and perhaps take it out with us, but
I have some rope if you'd like, a makeshift like a leash, but I'm not very strong.
Oh, I can hold him. Yeah, I can hold him back. Yeah, that'd be. I would probably have to bring up the rear and give everybody else a wide berth so that you are not within savaging range of the animal. But
Do you know where you're going to put this animal once? I don't imagine that it'll live in a dorm very well.
I have no idea.
you're planning on bringing the cat?
Oh yes, he can live in my room.
Speaking of that, now that our other two envoys have seen such creature, would you like to make me a nature check?
Sorry, which creature is this?
Your crazy pale
The
hyena
hound.
dog.
The hound.
Okay, right. So I did. All right.
Yeah, the other two of you easily recognize what a foul cat is.
Okay.
You said you need Ula to make a roll.
Pretty much any. Well, it'd be Teesra
Teesra.
and Kale. Certainly.
Oh, I'm
could
sorry.
make the roll.
And that's either animal or
Yeah,
nature.
animal handling or nature.
15 for me.
So Ula got a 12 on animal handling. Teesra is terrible at both of these things. But we'll try. Teesra has a 5 on nature. It appears to be some sort of canine.
But it's fitting that Kale is the one that recognizes this creature.
Yeah.
This hound is native to. It's found in lots of places, but they're most commonly found in the Verdant Marsh, which is the barrier, which is the land that separates Jarzon from Aldous. So Kale's homeland from where they're at now. It is actually known as a mock hound. They are capable of mimicry, where they can mimic the sounds of humans crying or distress or screaming or things like that, where they hunt in packs and lure people into the swamp and ambush them. They're pack animals, and they can be quite frightening. And they have taken out more than a few travelers that are trying to make their way across the Verdant Marsh. They are used a lot as hunting animals by the troglodyte creatures that live in the marsh. They're generally not domestic animals found in Aldous.
Yeah, I don't know that I would recommend releasing this either to the wild or somewhat authorities should know about this.
What is it, kid?
It is and I will explain kind of as you did. This is the thing that parents tell their children in my homeland to beware. If we don't go to bed on time, we get fed to these kinds of things.
Which From's response is, "Oh, he's such a smart little boy. He's so cute." Yeah, that's just where we're going. But yeah, well, okay, well, we can just let somebody know that he's down, that it's down here. I don't think taking it with is going to be such a hot idea. If there weren't like other people, Vom would totally do it. But like the other people are telling him not to. So,
Mom, we can always share.
Yes, because apparently we now have a kitty.
well, that's up to the kitty.
That's right. Cats are the ultimate arbiters of consent.
Oh, you got lost one.
With that, what is the envoy's next move going to be? As you have a stash of occult items, you have and you have a cat that needs to get probably some extra food, some real food that's cat appropriate, and then you have yeah.
I don't know how telepathy necessarily works. Is it possible for one of our telepathic people to communicate with the cat? Or is that just really way out?
I mean, we can probe it, but unless it has an intelligence comparable to humans, it wouldn't.
Ah,
The animals be cat.
Essentially.
I am interested in following up on this forager weed since I remember reading about it in a book, so I kind of want to head that way. But anybody who wants to join me is welcome to do so, but that's sort of what Drake wants to follow up on.
Sorry, what was that? I missed it.
Oh, I want to go follow up on that book that had the forager in it and see what I can figure out about that.
Okay, can we get into the library this time of night?
That's a good question. You're gonna go find out?
Is the library 24/7?
be Vom.
Is the world of Aldea 24/7?
It can be.
Or is it like 28/8?
Is there a hound dogs? It's gotta be.
No.
There is a So yeah, the city itself. I mean, there's constantly people active in the city, so there's day and night depending on especially since you have Raiden in the city, and some of the Raiden are not criminal in nature. So, as far as getting in the library and the library, you probably can get in the library. The archives themselves, the actual royal archives, probably not,
Yeah.
but they are adjacently with it.
What's the penalty for breaking in after hours?
We are not breaking into the library or the archives.
Yeah. Why?
To be fair, I don't think anybody would be mad if that happened.
Well, we could
Why-
just go in the morning.
That's true. It's not super pressing. Other than we found this note in the pocket of a massacred man, but no worries.
Twice massacred.
Twice massacred.
I'd much rather wake up someone and let them know that we need to.
No, I think you're right, though. I do think it can wait till the morning.
Awesome.
What should we do first of all?
I have to go to the pet store.
It is rather late in the evening. Was there anything else that you wanted to do, or did you want, or does the envoys want to call it a night and regroup in the bright sunlight?
Yeah, I think I'm okay to call it a night, for at least for Drake's sake. Anybody else is free to do whatever they want to do.
I mean, you know how this is going to end up for a while. Oh,
No, I think it's call it a night kind of time with the make sure that we've contacted someone to come and get the dog. And we're obviously going to collect all of the artifacts and scrolls and take those with us.
yes.
Excellent. So yeah, you're able to gather up all of the items that you identify as part of the missing trove of lore, and head out. You are able to indirectly notify the city guard, the city watch, of the nest that you uncovered, the den that you uncovered, so that they can come do any follow-up, because there's still some other illegal items and stuff down here that they definitely want to get off contraband. They want to get off the streets. So, but other than that, you're also able to, and they'll also be able to take care of the hound. So
Very good.
So with that, the group of you return back to the envoys hall. I'm sound like Vaughn was going to make a side stop at
Well,
one of the taverns, but
that's kind of his thing.
no worries. So the group of you means to go back, crash relatively early-ish compared to the last couple nights you've had. Vom will come staggering in a couple hours later, unless anyone else decides to join Vom. And Kale, you're able to find some appropriate food and start feeding your poor malnourished stray that you found.
Yeah, I'll like empty out the bottom drawer of my desk and put like a little pillow in there, and that'll be his little home for now as we're working. And there'll be a dish of milk, and I'll just spend the night before I go to bed, kind of making sure that the cat is comfortable with me.
You really shouldn't give cats dairy,
Oh well,
though. But that's I'm not gonna.
this is the Aristocats. This is
It's
my
fantasy.
knowledge. yeah.
It's a fantasy world. They can
Yeah,
have cat.
and there'll be cat food, and yeah, everything that a cat would need.
So it's cute that you think that the flying cat will be contained in the jar.
I rolled a 5 on nature. I don't know what the cat needs.
I will leave the drawer open, so he's
I
free to
know.
fly around if he wants. But yeah, that's just kind of where his home base is.
Making some kitty bed.
Yeah, I forgot that he can fly, so that'll be interesting, I'm sure, in the middle of the night.
Let's take cats and give them unlimited range.
And the ability to morph hairballs on your head in the middle of the night.
Cool. Everyone crashes, has a good night. Everyone is rested, recovered. The following morning, you manage to get up, do your early morning check-ins, do all that kind of stuff. Kale wakes up to find a small black fur ball sitting on his chest and kind of just popping his nose. Apparently someone wants food.
Like they do.
And yeah, you're able to you guys do all that in the morning kind of stuff, and then late in the morning your time kind of frees up a little bit after some morning classes and check-ins with the senior envoys, and you're able to rally at the archives.
Awesome. I would like to get my grubby little mitts on that book.
As you're entered into the archives, you see a small, thin man. He seems kind of sickly. Kind of waves you over to the desk. And kind of, this is for you, and puts an envelope on the table. The envelope looks kind of lumpy.
Does that thing have a return address on it?
No, it just has Drake written on it and in single handwriting.
Do I know this guy?
This gentleman, you've seen him around. He's one of the envoys, or one of the archivists.
I'll grab the little envelope and... Is it sealed or can I just pop it open?
Yeah, it's you can pop it open. It is sealed, but not like, it's easy to pop open. And you're able to open it up, and inside is a small key,
What's this for?
which you immediately recognize as the key to the archive room that has been rented out or acquired by Quinlan.
Quinlan. Oh, okay.
So basically, Quinlan left a key to the room with the gear and stuff in it for the group.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, my good man.
He looks at the key and goes kind of, takes the trash envelope and goes back to sorting through some of the files he was reviewing.
I'll show the key to everybody else and say, looks like we got a key into that room that Quinlan's talking about. So, want to meet back there with the books and start hitting them?
He's like, yeah.
Sure. Is that where the map is as well? The first
The,
map that we found?
Yes, that's where he brought any of all the stuff that you currently have recovered is currently in the Royal Archives, in the palace grounds, possibly one of the most secure buildings.
Sure. I don't know too much about this forager person. It's not something that I remembered, so I'd rather use this time. I'm going to cross-reference the two maps that we have now and see kind of what's going on with those. If it's a timetable that we have, or if one gives more information to the other potentially.
Yeah.
Well,
So
you should check and see if any buildings are on both of them.
yeah. So one map was a world map.
Well, you
Of
should
all-
get a modern day map of the city and compare buildings.
So, yeah, so there's a couple places if you wanted to dig into the map. There's a couple options that you have. You can go talk to someone at the Cartography Guild, because they would probably have the most accurate maps. You can also talk to one of the multiple map makers in town. There's one actually relatively well-known map maker in the city, Ametha Argus. She's a map maker, and she's well known because she runs a shop called Ametha's Argus's Alden Guides. And then there's possibly some records here in the actual archive that might be able to help with that too. And then the other option is to actually take the map and go around the city and actually go around the city itself and compare geography to geography on the map. Kind of a survey kind of option.
Kale, if you do go see Ametha, make sure to let her know. I tell her this every time I see her, but make sure to let her know that her shop should have been Ametha Agatha's Alden Atlases.
I'm sure she'll love that feedback from me.
She loves it every time I give it to her, so don't even worry about it.
Cool. I trust my own work more than others, so I will start with the files that are here, and then I will start the long journey of kind of going around town and checking stuff out. And if that goes poorly, then maybe I'll end up at the Alden Guides store.
I don't know. Can I participate in the thinking about the Forager guide? Because I don't know. Maybe is this something that you might have heard talk of? From all the time spent in sucking up liquor in bars. Is there any kind of stories of this Forager person? Maybe?
Sure. So we will. I'm looking at. I was just double checking the time. I'm thinking this might be. We might want to take a break now and then dive into the research before we come back.
Sure.
Sounds good to me. Well, we're going to get up and stretch our legs and grab snacks and water, and we will be back in just a few minutes.
Short rest.
Very short rest.
Very short.
See you in a second.